Everyone, I'm Margie O'Brien. This is another Capital Spotlight here on Capital TV. It's a chance for you to get to know your representatives and senators and find out what's near and dear to them. Joining me now is Representative Jay Edwards from Tiverton. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Margie.
So it's a big day, the kickoff to the session. Tell me your feelings.
Well, I've been through a few of these now, so actually it's a good thing we get to reconnect with our colleagues that we haven't seen, most of them, for 6 months. And it's just a good time to reconnect and get back to work for Rhode Island.
And usually when you come off a vacation, you have this renewed sense of, let's go get them. Is that true here?
Well, some of us are working throughout the year, including on our legislative stuff. I mean, my work for my district doesn't really stop the whole year, so I have constituent issues. I have issues for the towns of Tiverton and Portsmouth that I take care of all year round. So my legislative work really doesn't stop. We just don't introduce bills.
But now we're back to work. One of the biggest priorities, of course, and the big talker is fixing Rhode Island's roads and infrastructure.
Yes, they desperately need to be fixed. We're 50th out of 50. We need to get ourselves up at least in the middle of the pack. And we have our roads and bridges and infrastructure are something that if we're going to have Rhode Island improve economically, long term, we need to have a really sound infrastructure.
And how does that relate to the economy? Is it a matter of attracting big businesses here and they have to drive in on a nice roadway?
I think it relates to all business. I think it relates to people going to work every single day. I think it relates to people traveling through our state to go to work. I have traditionally worked either somewhere, anywhere in New England, and I travel a lot of roads and bridges, and I see how the state of disrepair in numerous areas has really affected different cities and towns.
So you and your district have been in the news for many years now for the new Sakonnet River Bridge. But just next to that is the old Sakonnet River Bridge. What is your plan for this?
Well, it's not really my plan. We're trying to find out what DOT's long-term plan is. In my opinion, they should have started the permitting process and the work to get the old bridge down the day they broke the ground for the new bridge, and they didn't. Now, that goes back to the previous administration, so we really can't hold Director Alviti or the governor responsible for that. But since they've assumed control of Rhode Island DOT, nothing has happened in the last year, and I'm trying to get that resolved. The old bridge is an eyesore. It is one of the first things people come across. They come down Route 24, they're heading to Newport, they're going to have a great time, they're going to hit our beaches, they're going to hit our restaurants, they're going to spend money in Rhode Island, and what do they see? They see this rotting, rusting hulk on the right-hand side of this beautiful bridge, and it takes away from the scenery that you look upriver, and all you see is beautiful Mount Hope Bay, and in blocking it is this green, rusting hulk. We want that removed. Is
there a time frame that suits your needs?
Well, 2 years ago would have been a great time to have it, but unfortunately that's not realistic. The sooner the better. Now Rhode Island DOT is trying to say that they have some problems with the EPA, with North Atlantic sturgeon or some green turtles. It shocks me that they didn't have the same problem when they were constructing the new bridge, which is actually more disruptive to the underground water in the whole stream than it would be demolishing the old bridge.
And focusing on the positive for a second, how is the new bridge treating everyone?
Since it doesn't have a toll on it, everyone's very happy. My constituents are ecstatic.
So it does help transportation through your area.
It does, and we have a beautiful bike path, which unfortunately looks right onto the old rotting hulk. But it has been a boon for the area. It's a nice bridge. They have decorative lights they light up seasonally, and they have holidays. And like I said, the bike path has been a real key to the area.
So you do have some other historic bridges out there, the old stone bridge that connected Tiverton and Portsmouth for years.
Yes, that was wiped out by a hurricane.
In many different formats, I was going to say. There are still signs of that.
Yes, there are actually two abutments, one on the Portsmouth side and on the Tiverton side. And right now, both of those constitute a breakwater, as you would say, for the Tiverton Basin. And that area is protected by both the Tiverton and Portsmouth abutments. The Tiverton abutment has really deteriorated over the last few years. Since they took out the railroad bridge north of the Sakonnet River Bridge, the flow out of Mount Hope Bay has increased dramatically. It's gone from some 4 to 6 knots to 6 to 8 knots. So it is really hitting the bridge. It's done a lot of damage to it. And if that is lost, all the houses and businesses in that area would be in jeopardy. I have 5 marinas on both sides of the basin there, and they bring a lot of business and money into our local economy. We have a lot of really nice homes right along the water on both Portsmouth and Tiverton sides, and they would definitely be in jeopardy if something happened at that abutment.
Representative Edwards, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to watching your progress over the course of the session.
And I look forward to working with you, Margie.
Thank you very much.
You.
And I'm Margie O'Brien. That was another Capitol Spotlight for Capitol TV.